We're good? That doesn't make any freaking sense. What should I say? That's dumb. Yeah. Alright, guys. Good job! Good morning, good morning. Today we are actually heading to Kansas City to head down to Legacy Tent and Audio. They're going to be tinting out the Sprinter. Kind of one of our first things that we do when we get a van is we tint them out just because it looks a whole lot better. So we're going to do a full windshield. I think we're going to do 50% on the windshield, 20% on the sides, and of course we got flare space in the back, so their windows already come tinted. So we're doing that. First off, I got to go back in the house because I forgot something that is important. So, oh, peep the other Sprinter van. All right. Sometime I'm going to do a feature on our tiny house. And it's like 50 some degrees outside right now. Probably 40 something. It's really cold. There you are. Someday they're gonna sponsor me. Someday they'll sponsor me. Can't go without a Red Bull, especially early in the morning. I'm not a coffee drinker. My wife drinks a ton of coffee, but me, I'm a Red Bull kind of guy. So, anyways. Looks like we got about a half tank probably to go get gas. It's about an hour and 10-minute drive. My appointment's at 9:30, so I really need to be going. A lot of people always ask, why do you tint your front windshield? If you've never had a car with a full windshield tint, it is way better, just because it knocks that sun down. Then when you have a van built out as a camper, keeps the back cool in the summertime, just because you don't have all that sun coming through. I believe we're doing a ceramic tint. Hopefully they have that in stock, just because that really cuts down the heat, and it'll be really nice. Alright, so just rolled up to the shop, but I don't think the van is gonna fit in that garage door. Alright, that's a wrap. Shout out to Legacy Tint for doing a 35% windshield and 20 on the sides. It looks super good. Looks great with the tan and the black wheels. So yeah, one step done, and now time to add the flares, rack, and get to busy on this build. Alright, what is up, guys? I am currently going to head over to Chad Bowman's house, which is our family guy that paints for us. So he actually has the flare space done, and so we're going to go pick those up for the Sprinter so we can get those put on. So it's about like a 20-minute drive, not bad. But we did get the windows tinted the other day. Legacy Tint and Audio did a super good job. We did a full windshield, 35%. And 20% on the sides, so super stoked on that. Ready to get those flares on, so that way we have the bump out so we can start installing the interior stuff. But anyway, let's head over to his shop, pick those up, and see what we can get done today. Bowman's Auto Body. head back to the shop, unload the flares, kind of tape everything up, see what I can get done, and I'm gonna try to do that today. If not, I'll be installing the Backwoods Adventure rack. Haven't really decided. Katie has to go to a church event, so I don't know if she'll be able to help me, so I'm trying to figure out if I can do the flares by myself. Can't mess up like that again now. I've seen a few videos online where most of them had 2 people, so I might just wait for her. I want to get as much knocked out as possible, so like I said, I'm gonna head back to the shop, get some of this stuff unloaded, and go from there. All right, so instead of doing the flares today like I planned on doing, I need Katie's help with that, but I did buy all the stuff, the cutter and tape and everything to install that, but I'm not going to do that today because I definitely need her help, and she's got some stuff going on. So I'm going to install the Backwoods Adventure Mods, their rack that they sent us. I don't know if you've ever heard of that company. Super great guys. They're out in Arkansas, super helpful. But I think the rack that we're installing, yeah, is this one right here on this Sprinter in the corner. This is their Drifter series, so it comes in a few different boxes. That's the top of the ladder. We got it with the ladder. You can get it without, buy that separately later on, but this is the ladder, top and bottom, and then we got box 1 and 2 of the actual rack itself. If you haven't seen the rack from their website, it is a super low profile rack, so it doesn't add a bunch of bulk, but still allows you to put a lot of stuff up there, very universal. Okay, so if you are working on your van, you're going to want to make sure you have the gutter rails. So this van did come with the gutter rails, so it's going to make our job a lot easier. I believe you can buy those aftermarket, but when I was talking to Backwoods, they asked me if it had the rails, so this one does, so that's to make our install a little bit easier. But let's go over to the boxes and let's check out, make sure we have everything we need to get installed, see what kind of Allen keys, things like that, drill, what we might need to get that done. Okay, so I've got one side installed, so we'll go up here and I'll show you kind of what we're working with. All I did was kind of just mount it all on here, and I didn't tighten anything super tight. That way I can still change some stuff, because I still got to put my side brackets on. So you can kind of see all I did was mount it in the track with its hardware. The only thing I'm questioning, which I'm going to contact them and see if I need to remove these like black clips that are in here, or if that keeps it level from the actual Sprinter van. So I think I need to remove that. Hey guys, we're back and we're going to be installing the Backwoods Adventure Mods ladder. We actually got the rack done the other day. I'm sorry you missed some of that. Camera died and it was getting late, so I had to finish it up, but I'll be showing you video clips of the rack itself and how that turned out. Turned out super sweet. Fits really good. I'll flip the camera around here so you guys can see. Really tight fit along the whole top. I've not installed all the crossbars yet because we're not exactly sure where we're going to put the max fan or solar panels. We're talking about throwing a rooftop tent up here, but very slimline rack. Looks super clean on the Sprinter. I have to say I love the way it looks. But then we're installing the ladder today, and being that I have flare space going on, I got to make sure that the guys at Backwoods said it would fit just fine, which I completely believe them. But since we're not putting a window here, in this section, I think I'm going to move the ladder over just a little bit that way. So you've got your brackets that go to the bottom of the van that go on the pinch weld. You've got the top part which has their logo in it, which looks super cool. Very thick, nice construction ladder. It's even got these grips on every step, which is super cool. Again, here's their flyer. We're installing this rack here. So yeah, if you guys want to check them out, all their information is online, Backwoods Adventure Mods, or you can check them out on Instagram, or we'll be posting pictures. You can click on one of the links that'll take you to their page. Anyways, I'm going to get to installing this and get this done today, and then we might even get into installing the flares. All right, so we have the rack almost done. I got a few more things to finish up there, but we do have the ladder done, so I'll take you over here and show you real quick what we got going on. So it mounts to the pinch weld down here, which is super cool. Gonna take most of its weight there at the bottom of the pinch weld that runs along the side of the van. Then as we come up, this is all one piece here until it gets about to the center. It allows you to really contour it with the van, which is super cool. So you can kind of adjust that yourself, kind of where you want that with these bolts on the inside. So sorry it's a little bright out right now, but so the bolts on the inside allow you to adjust the space between your van and the rack. But other than that, it is one more continuous piece as it goes up the van here until it gets to the top. There's a section that mounts. It's universal between the racks, and so it allows you to mount this to the rack itself. So I had to drill some holes at the top and the bottom. I just kind of went off of this line here to make sure my measurement was correct, so that way the ladder was straight. But then I also kind of went off the eye, because sometimes, you know, your eye can see something, and even though it may appear straight, it needs to look straight. So we adjusted that and got it perfect. So absolutely love it. It's bulky, it's nice, feels sturdy. And when I say bulky, I mean strong. Like it seems like it will hold some weight. It's got these little lips here that will like grip your shoes, which is nice climbing up. So super stoked on this. Next, we got to do the flares. I got to button up a few more things on the rack, and we'll be solid. All right, so I want to go over a couple things that you're going to need to install the flares from Flare Space. First thing is you're going to need a regular drill, nothing special. You're going to need a step bit. This isn't required. You can use a regular bit to the size that you feel like the hole needs to be. But the great thing about a step bit is it allows you to really choose how big of the hole that you need when you're cutting the edges. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the drill to get us a spot to get our blade in there, and then we're going to go up to the edge where the flare, where the metal needs to be cut out for the flare. Next thing you're going to need is a high-speed metal saw. This also isn't required. You can use a jigsaw, you can use whatever saw you may have. We just picked this up from Harbor Freight. It's about 20 bucks, so relatively cheap. You do need some of their blades. Now Harbor Freight did have these. These are a high tooth metal blade, so it's going to allow it to cut through the metal easily without jumping around with a lot of big teeth. These are really fine, so make sure you get a fine tooth blade for that as well. Alright, so it's a new day, and we let the flares sit overnight, roughly more than 12 hours. What they recommend is 12 hours. So what we're going to do now is we're going to peel all the tape, and then we're going to install our new windows. On this side we have a slider window just so the slider door can pass over the window, and then on the other side we have a like a 3-position pop-out window that has like a little bit of a dome, so you can kind of see out a little easier. So anyways, we're going to get to peeling the tape, and we're going to get started.